This is a display of our company's robot. It's called a boy, a live hand. And we use algorithms for the drawings and writings. Now we can see that the robot is using the brush for the handwriting. It has combined our Chinese traditional Chinese culture, the traditional Chinese handwriting. So we want to use it to promote our traditional culture. This is the combating robot. It is semi-humanoid. It faces the young people. Through the exciting models, we want to attract the teenagers' interests. And if you just move it like this, it will not be broken. And there also, it is combined with artificial intelligence, such as the voice recognition and facial recognition and the gesture tracing. Also, we can see the camera on the top. Is it the facial recognition system? Yes. It can recognize the objects and faces. So behind, is it the core chips? On the behind, it is a big hole. All of the thinking will be conducted by this chip. The theme of today's Chinatop is the combination of knowledge and practice makes AI more integrated with robots. AI means artificial intelligence. How to make the AI more integrated with the robots, and this is the big theme of today's Robotop. And this robot, through the chips of the computer, can show the human thinking, and through the camera may reflect the human activities. How do you view these displays? The service robots have been integrated with AI, such as the facial recognition. Also, there are semantics recognition. It is so popular, and it is the hot issue of research. We have combined more AI factors into the robot. In recent years, the artificial intelligence registered faster growth, and more AI factors have been integrated into the robots. But the AI serves people want to integrate more human intelligence so that they can serve better for the people. And what are the types of the robots? It is mainly divided into service robots, medical robots, industrial robots. Also, there are special robots. The robots used in some specific industries. For instance, in some areas with nuclear radiation, some robots can be used here. There are also the industrial robots. We're very familiar with the industrial robots, and through years of development, the industrial robots develop fast. The growth rate has exceeded 30%. Actually, in this year's Robotop, there are about 80 exhibitors and research institutes who have brought their latest robot displays. It is so bustling here because there are so many citizens and students who participated in our activity. So around me there are so many participants. And here we're at the stand. And let's see what's on display on this stand. We can see these robots are like two legs of a human. And you're the head of this stand, and please introduce us what's on display. It is the rehabilitation robots targeted at the paralyzed persons whose legs have been broken. We know that in hospitals there are rehabilitation devices, and the patients may use some assisting instruments to help them walk. Will the robots help them? Because when their legs have problems, if they rest too much, then their nerves will shrink. So through the rehabilitation robots, it will facilitate the blood circulation and the recovery of their muscles through. So we have used the artificial intelligence through the outer skeleton rehabilitation robots. They will analyze the walking data, and they will analyze the data of the legs on the cloud. Then they will give a plan for rehabilitation, and for instance, how much medicines should be given and how much exercises should the patients have, so that they may formulate a plan for the rehabilitation. And thank you. We can see all joints may walk, so I believe that the robots may help the patients with leg diseases or leg problems to recover. And let's see this stand. Greetings, what's on display? The yellow part is the robot who can swim underwater. It can circumvent the obstacles. It is for civil users. The engineers may shot pictures under the water, especially for swimmers. We know that often the robots are specialized ROV, or this is ROV. The machine without human, the driver of human, it is for civil users. Can it be controlled by remote control? We can use the voice wave, the sound wave, to have the remote control. And what pictures can it shot? Can it shot videos? There are two types that can shot videos and pictures. So it can be said that this small display for the swimmers are they may be very interested in this and will go to the market in the near future. Actually, this product is in massive production. These are produced in Tianchang City in Anhui Province, and it is our company's headquarters in Beijing. So it means that the more citizens, the ordinary people, may use it when they are swimming. Can you introduce us this robot? It is for the rescue and for rescuing. It can detect under the ground, and also the pictures may be transmit back to the cloud or the control center. And also we have made an access. It can carry the sensors to collect the data underwater. So the robot is so advanced. How deep can it dive into underwater? Maybe this is a challenge for you. We have the pressure test. We have our own lab. The deepest part is 300 kilometers. What about the civil use ones? The deepest part is 600 meters. The yellow one is for the education research. For 60 meters, it is enough. Okay, thank you. Mr. Tang, we have watched the very interesting robots, including the service robots and medical robots. And there's so many types of the service robots. Apart from the rehabilitation robots and the outer skeleton robots, in the hospital, actually they are not popularized, but there are more research on this. because the aging problem has become ever more serious in China. So for the elderly, they need to rehabilitate. If they get injured, they need the robots to help them recover. So the robots serve the people, and this is an important area of studies. It is like the unmanned ships and unmanned vehicles and unmanned aerial vehicles, and there are 3 types of robots like this. And the robots who can dive. These are the humanoid robots. They are popular. Okay, this gentleman, please introduce us what's the functions of these robots. The major function is in bank, shops, or exhibitions. Sometimes these robots can accompany the elderly. Sometimes in the banks, when we queue up, we can see such robots. But at home, what functions do they have? Through the cloud, they can control the utilities. It can open the lights when the elderly is not convenient to walk. They can help them. So it serves people's lives. Thank you. So the humanoid robots are often seen in various areas. Now we are at the Intelligent Industry Research Institute of Ningbo. Greetings. Are you the head of this stand? This is very innovative. This is very novel. Is it playing Go? We hope that the robot can be sold to the ordinary people. It's like human beings. It can play Go Band and the Go games. We hope that we can use the robots to help the children who cannot read to play such a game. And also, sometimes the elderly may not be able to use the computers. We want these robots to help them. Indeed, if it is used at home, it is more convenient to people's lives. So, compared with your intelligence, how about that? No, I cannot judge. It's the draw game. Actually, I have won for so many games because we want to let the customers use, so we can choose the difficulty from the amateur 1525 and amateur 6th one. Sorry, the signal is weak, and we'll reconnect later. The robot dog is very interesting. It's incredible. Can we kick it? Why it's so strong? If you kick it, it's still okay. They're flexible. It is so flexible. It can move as it likes. I would like to ask you, can you circumvent the obstacles? We just use our remote control to control its activities. If it is punched, can you adjust its gestures? Can you show us? Of course. We can see there are so many participants. Just now, this gentleman has kicked it 2 times, and it has adjusted its gestures. I would like to push it. Just now, I use a big strength. It moves leftward, and it has adjusted its gestures automatically. And how fast can it speak? Can it walk? 6 kilometers per hour. Now, it just walking on where they are. Can you walk faster? Okay, let's have a try. You can increase the speed. It's very interesting. It's like an animal who is stepping on the foot of a human, and it avoids automatically. Can you introduce us? What technologies are applied in this robot dog so that it can avoid the obstacles? It mimics the animals. It is the stress behavior of the animals, and it is a balanced technologies, and what kind of artificial intelligence factors have integrated. Actually, it can use the navigation and find the objects and find themselves. In the future, what areas can this robot be applied? Most typically, we hope that these robots can enter into the areas our human beings are hard to enter into, such as the fire or earthquake areas. And these areas are where the human beings hard to enter, so they can enter into these dangerous areas to help the humans. And they can also help the human beings in their daily lives. In the future, can it deliver? Can you have the express deliveries? Indeed, the robots can help us deliver objects, and the robots can carry the objects to go up the ground, to go upstairs, and to deliver it at the door of the customers. So you can climb mountains and you can step up the stairs. So it has changed. It is no longer the style of the old style robots. We can see so many humanoid robots. It is having dialogue with human beings. Let's have a look. Is it a barcode? Authentication complete, and send signals and using the screen and click the button on the screen, and there are incredible results. No problem. Music. It's so interesting. With the direction of the human voice, it can dance. Just now, you utter a word, and it dances according to a directives. And what kind of technologies have been applied? And it is an intelligent robot, and its height is about 1.3 meters. It can serve every area, such as banks, hotels, and hospitals. It can also use for lawfares, and it can also be used in enterprises and government-sponsored institutions. And it is the service-type robot, and it is widely used. So it is the advantage of the robot. Can it be used at home? Because the robots are in a constant upgradation, and we can see the joints of their hands, and it's so flexible. It can hold things, so it can serve the human beings. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, greetings. Just now we have interviewed visited so many service-type robots and very interesting robots. Next, we'll lead you to another exhibition hall. It is the Intelligent Manufacturing Exhibition Hall. We'll see many industrial robots. In our country, industrial robots develop fast. Just now we have talked with Mr. Tang, and currently China has become such a country. It has become the biggest application, the market for the application of the industrial robots. It is accounting for 1/3 of the world's total, and we just now leave the International Exhibition Hall, and next we'll go to the Intelligent Manufacturing Exhibition Hall to look at the industrial robots there. So the weather is fine by the Siming Lake, and it is picturesque. So hosting a China Robotop can give you a very comfortable feel. So also many students from local places of Yuyao have come here. So it is a science popularization. We're about to go into the Intelligent Manufacturing Hall. It shows the industrial robots here. We can first have an overall view. It is massive. And by the two sides are riddled with big robots. Mr. Tang, please introduce us the industrial robots. Currently, can you introduce us the status quo of the development of industrial robots around the world? The biggest market is in China. The domestic robots lag behind the technologies in developed countries, but it develops fast in recent years. This robot is featured by its joints. And there are also other types of robots. So what areas are the industrial robots applied? The biggest area is in automobiles, automaking. For enthusiasts of automobiles, we know that the car making are complicated, and some links have been replaced by the joints of the robots, such as sometimes in the plants there are powders which are harmful to people's health, so they are replaced. Such labors have been replaced by the robots. And sometimes they will carry heavy things, and these activities are conducted by the robots. Now it is making a desert. Can you please introduce us? Greetings. This is the two arms and 7 axis robots. It is flexible. The biggest advantage is that it can save the room. It fits the small room, intelligent operation, and it will achieve synergy with 2 arms. It can cook. It can make the egg tart. It is one of the applications. Actually, it can use to make some parts. Now, this is the 2-arm robot, but in the exhibition hall, the 1-arm robots are most commonly seen. This technology is first developed by ABB in the United States, but in our country, very few companies have the 2-arm robots, and our company has developed such a robot. Also, there is a robot like this on this side. Let's go to this side. What's it doing? It's the 3-dimensional laser cutting robots. It's 3-dimensional. It can recognize things through 3-dimensional technologies, and it can cut things into holes, squares, and roundness. So its arm is tender, so it can cut things to different scales, so it can save room. It can be used in the automobiles and the shipping. So it is a legendary 3-dimensional laser cutting robot. What's this? It's the 2-eye AI recognition robots. So what's the features? It can recognize things using 3-dimensional knowledge, and it can AI is applied. It can program itself. It can study itself, and the accuracy will improve. So we have improved the application of AI in this robot. You're right. Okay, thank you. We'll continue our visit. Now, let's look at this. Greetings, please introduce us. What's the robot are applied? It is 3-dimensional view. It can mimic logistics, the disaggregation. It can also snatch the objects. Also, it can be used in the dot and ports, such as it can be used in the medicines and food delivery. As long as there are tanks, it can be used. We know China is where the logistics develops the fastest around the world. As for the delivery disaggregation industry, there are big problems because there are large amounts of objects which should be disaggregated. If the robots can be used in this area, it can reduce much labor of the human beings. We can use the robot to disaggregate it, and it can reduce the human labors. And in Jingdong and Shunfeng, it is applied in some projects, such as refrigerators and the laundry machines. And thank you, it can use to help human beings to do many things. So let's continue our visit. Mr. Tang, just now you have seen so many industrial robots which are in application. It's very valuable. So just now we have seen the applications of these robots. Just now it's used for the view for the activity tracking or the cutting or melding. In this stand, we can see so many different types of robots. Do you understand this type of robot? It is the welding robot. It's not like the joint. It used the 3-axis XYZ. It is one of the industrial robots. It occupies a large room. It is so massive, but its load capacity is very huge, and it is widely used in the industries. It's the 6-joint robot. It's like the human fingers that has the six joints. And what assembly line can it be applied? It has a large carrying load. It can move things in the dodge. For smaller ones, it can be used in 3C industries. Also, some robots can be used for welding. Mind if having them have an introduction? So can you please introduce your products? It's for pressure casting, because it's in high temperature and it's humid environment, so it's harmful to human health. And it is also erosive. The product's erosive, so this can protect human beings. It can reduce our costs. As for the smaller gadgets, this part is used in 3C facilities. The accurate parts, it's harmful to people's eyes. And if human beings just do these things, and if human beings focus in 2 hours, and it is unbearable, so this is used in exclusive situations. Let's continue our visit. In assembly line, it is widely used. There are so many robots which can be used in the assembly line. Greetings, please introduce us the robots displayed here and what kind of robot it is. It is targeted at the automobile and new energy car assembly. The traditional facilities have been removed to our cart. from the traditional batteries. It can protect our facilities and make it normally used and operating normally 24 hours. And the accuracy can reach plus minus 2 centimeters. So in new energy automobile assembly, it can be widely used. The core technology is like this. The capacitance can ensure that it can be used in 24 hours, and it is more convenient than the charging chargers. And in product application, we have used the way of operation. We have adapted our models of uses, and we have introduced the new technologies from the foreign countries. So it is conducive to the domestic application of the robots. It can be used in the new energy car manufacturing. So new energy car manufacturing is a new area in China, and many of the car makers are making this. And can you deliberate on this area? And there are so many robots which are applied in the new energy automobiles, and AGV is a kind of vehicle that can be used for the carriage. And in the new energy car, it can be used in various links. For instance, in assembly, delta and robots can be used for disaggregation. Currently, new energy car, though, has a short history, but compared with the big car makers around the world, they do not lag behind. So as for the new energy manufacturing, if more robots can be used, it is conducive to the development of this industry. So this is the parallel robot, which can use for disaggregation, and it can adjust itself. If the boxes are not in an appropriate position, it can adjust it. So it is commonly seen in the assembly line. In 1 minute, it can operate 140 times. So it is widely used. We can often see it in the assembly line. It can improve the production efficiency. It is not like human beings, that human beings may be tired if they focused on one thing too long. Can you please introduce us? What kind of robots have you used? It is the handwriting robot. The handwriting robot's advantage is that it has the bumping detection. In application, it can coordinate and cooperate with human beings. The advantage is that the joint, all of the links are automated, and we have adopted an integrated joint design. So the circulation of after sales and the after sale services costs have been greatly reduced. So around the world, we have first integrate multiple technologies, and we have used the ROS architecture. We have designed a lightweight, embedded ROS architecture. In this way, the system control center efficiency has reduce the time from 10 milliseconds to 1 millisecond, and the accuracy has achieved 0.02 milliseconds. So the accuracy has matched the products in the advanced in developed countries. And this is the i5 in oval. Just now there are visual robots, and this robot can make holes. There are two application scenarios. It can integrate the vision and all other outer settings. it can design the script, and it can make holes and to snatch the nails and put it into the holes, and it has so many functions. But these two scenarios are the mostly used. Thank you. It is a coordination robot. Normally, those robots are kept in cages. For this robot, if it touches human beings, the hurts can be minimized. And for that robot, because it's fast and it's kept in cages, so it is the coordination robot. So let's have a look what kind of robot it is in this area. It's the 6-joint robot on the desk. It can be used for tracking. It can track the traces to guide its movement. We can see there is it has a camera. It can recognize the traces and it can track the traces. So this kind of robot can replace human beings' eyes and head. So it's like human beings, so fast. Among the industrial robots, what impresses you most? If I should select one, I like the robot dog most. Compared with the developed countries, the robot dog has applied advanced technologies, but he still lags behind the developed countries. But in our country, it is the top technology. Their movements and also the accuracy of their tracing are very impressive. So, dear audience, just now we have led you to interview the service robot area and the intelligent manufacturing robot area. It does not mean that we have visited all robots because time is limited. First, we'll lead you to see this. And there are small robot dogs. It is made of iron. It is applied at home. It is a pet robot. Its advantage is its interaction with the people. And it can study itself. It can be used for accompanying the people at home. If there are elderly, the old persons who are at home, and the elderly may use the remote control to have a walk around. It is highly automated. If human beings touch it, will it react? Okay, let's have a touch. Let's touch it. If you touch it, it can be awakened. It's like the pet dog, like many of the live animals. And the sounds are also similar to the real ones. The pet dog at home often utter this voice, and their tails also wag. If you have seen such a pet dog, do you like to have one? And now we have led you to various types of robots. It is applied at home, and also it's very beautiful, and thank you for showing us so many robots. So, dear friends, we have led you to see so many robots. I think you are interested in the development trend of the robots, and thank you, Mr. Tang, and thank you for joining us to see so many robots. And thank you so much. The live streaming ends here. Thank you.